Howdy guys, JM here with St. Andrew. Today I will be showing him how to shoot like an 1800s gunfighter in a sense. There was a lot of ways of shooting as there are today, but in the later 1800s there was a specific shooting stance that you can see in a lot of paintings. You see it in certain staged photographs. And it was truly a way of firing. It's called the Bisley Stance. There was a renowned shooting range in England called the Bisley Range, and the stance was named after it since a lot of prominent people went there to shoot in England. Instead of the normal stance of having your arm fully extended, you'd hold it at an angle and sort of shoot diagonal, so just like this. It worked well for single action revolvers because unlike semi-automatic guns today that you have to strong arm it for it to cycle properly, you don't have that issue with a single action revolver. You actually want to absorb the recoil so that you can cock on your way back down. So I will demonstrate.
You're telling me I shoot wrong?
Maybe, well, not wrong, but maybe a bit off for the 1800s. So you bring it up, and you would stand like this, and you bring it down, and it's at an angle, slightly.
And before anybody gets shitty in the comment section on his video, he is not even near me with that barrel. So before he gets the flood, leave him be. He didn't flash me at all.
It is well away, and it is a cleared, unloaded handgun. So you'd stand like this, and then when you fire, it comes back up, because that's what guns do. But when you bring it back down, you can bring it back down very smoothly.
The other thing I was going to mention is, like, how do you have your thumb on the hammer? Because I am guilty of this as well. How does your thumb sit on the hammer when you cock it?
At an angle, kind of strong, having it strongly in your grasp, because you want to have a very positive feel on the gun. You don't want to be, even though your arm's bent, you don't want to be holding it loose, because it's still a firearm and you have to be safe now and back in the day. So I'll now demonstrate the Bisley stance while firing. While I load this up, I meant to say this in the beginning, the Colt Bisley that came out in the early 1890s was named after both the range and the stance because it was a target pistol, and this was one of the ways that target shooters shot at the time. Let's see if I'll be able to hit a balloon with this. If not, you'll just get to see the stance in action.
Money.
First shot. Now I'll just shoot into the bank.
I noticed with your recoil pattern, you almost kick it up in your hand and bring it down
Yes.
with your hand.
I do, because it helps you cock it faster on the way back up, because you're cocking it as you're bringing it down each time. Instead of bringing it down, then cocking, you're just using the recoil to your advantage each shot.
Camp my feet, come across, bend my arm. This is the weirdest shit. Yeah, man, I shoot high like this. I mean, I shoot high normally, but it's just, I feel like I gotta shoot a little low on the target, but I have long arms, so I might be getting way out in front of me.
Hey, but you hit it on the second shot.
Yeah. I guess I'll just put holes in the stake there. Or rip that yellow balloon off.
So now I'll be shooting this beautiful old model frame single action Army. If you all don't know what makes an old model frame, until 1896, I believe, there wasn't a pin here to remove the cylinder. Instead, there was a screw here, and the other way to tell is the ejector rod is a circle with a hole through it. So now I'm going to take a couple shots with this. Now I'm going to show a kneeling stance. This isn't a historically taught stance, but this is something that I have found comfortable through firing in the past. It gives you a more steady base, I guess, and I will show you what that looks like. So I kneel down, and then I usually use my arm like this, and I put the handgun and my hand around my wrist to balance it. And it gives you extra points of contact, and it creates a very solid shooting position that almost replicates shooting from a bench. Thank you guys for joining us. This little pistol shooting video showing some stances and just shooting some guns. Thanks for joining me, Andrew.
No problem, man. Anytime. I have one question for you.
Yes, sir.
I want some cards.
I think we can do that.